We've got some wonderful questions today. The main one is on women in reenacting. Thanks for joining us today on Questions and Answers with James Townsend and Son. The first question comes from the our first in our little Dutch oven cooking series. This is farina horn, I think. Where can the recipe for bread dough be found? Well, there's a lot of different bread dough recipes. If you're interested in breads, I'm going to put a link down to our bread series. There'll be a bunch of different kinds of breads that we did. That was been a couple of years ago, but it's a great series on breads. So check for a link down in the description section of this video. Here's another one on the Dutch oven series, and this is Tom Stevens. He says, also, my Dutch oven has one of the lids with lettering. Is it possible to remove the lettering by grinding them down? I realize that James Townsend & Son sells the ovens with unmarked lids, but until I can find a new oven, until I can fit a new oven into my budget, I was hoping to be able to modify one I already have. Any suggestions? Wow. Grinding the letters off of these lids is very difficult because the lettering is actually, it's pretty wide anyway, and it's shaped like this. So it takes a lot of grinding to get the lettering off of those lids. So your best bet is just to ignore it and don't worry about it. And get an unmarked lid when you can in the future. But you can give it a try grinding on those things, but you'll spend hours working on that, and still the lid will have a funny, weird, ground mark on it. So I don't know what to tell you. We have had customers use side grinders to work on those, and that will work with some effort. If someone out there has a good suggestion about that, please leave a comment. This one is from Mickey in Canada. It's on the Dutch Oven series here. And they say, we're also interested in the book you talked about, Backwoods of Canada by Katherine Strickland Parr. Is this a book you have reproduced? Is it available? And they go on with more of the question there. That book is available online as a PDF version, and we'll put a link down in the description section. You may be able to find printed versions on Amazon, but the digital one is really good. Also, on these online digital books, these PDF books, whether they're Google Books or other ones, we did do a Q&A back, it's been a while ago, I think 5 or 6 months ago, on getting those printed. And we have a couple suggestions. I'll put a link down in the description of this video so you can go check that out if you're interested in getting your own printed copy of this PDF. Here's a question that came from the battle reenactment, the close combat video that we just did. This one's from Popcorn JPEG. And it says, why does that man at 36 seconds in have a Polish flag? Well, there was a contingent of Polish hussars and soldiers that was there. And this particular outfit, this particular event was a 7 Years' War event, but they also invited some earlier 17th century Polish guys in just to get some more horse interaction, because that's very interesting. We will have an interview or two coming up in the next several weeks with a couple of these guys. Some of them are Polish Americans, and some of them are Polish immigrants. Very interesting conversations with them, so stay tuned for that. So here's the main question. This one's from Copper Pearl, and it's back when we did an interview video with Grandma Joe, and the question or the comment here is, this is wonderful. I've been wondering if women were involved in reenacting as well. And here is Grandma Joe and her inspiration. Keep up the great work. Love the videos. There are many opportunities for women to get involved in reenacting, especially in this flintlock era reenacting that we do. Whether they're reenacting women's roles or many units accept women as soldiers if they're interested in doing that too. And in this, world of reenacting that we have now, it isn't just a military thing. people are doing civilian things, they're doing musical things, they're doing dancing and food, and so it's a very rich environment so that anybody can participate, whether they're children or whether they're women or entire families. It really is a great family hobby and friendly to all different kinds of folks. And here's a quick question on the battle reenactment history video. This one is 322 MSG, and it is, does anyone know of a website to find where reenactments like this are held around the United States? I don't know of any in my area, and or do they only have them near original battle sites? There are many different types of reenactments that are going on. Some of them are at original sites. Other ones don't have anything to do with an original site. So there are lots and lots of events out there to find historical events specifically. And right now we're working on a online calendar for events like that. Again, I'm going to put a link down there. This site is not completely up and functional yet. I mean, let's say populated yet, but we're working on that hard right now. So if you're interested in that, if you're an event coordinator, historic site person, or just somebody who's interested in finding sites like that, make sure to check out that link. There'll be a little kind of survey on the front page, but you can also look at what the site's going to look like with the calendar and the directory there. So make sure to check out that link. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Kevin, I will be there, Ivy will be there, and Michael Dragoo are going to be at Martin Station, the raid at Martin Station. It's in the Cumberland Gap area there at the very tip of Virginia. And it sounds like it's going to be a great event with lots of stuff. So if you're in that area and you want to check out an event like that, make sure to come to the event. And, well, you can try to look us up. We might be hard to find. We're going to be doing all kinds of videos, hopefully. So make sure to check out that event if you're in the area. So I've got some questions for you. Just yesterday, we had a great family pop into the store. They were interested in getting started reenacting, but they had all these really interesting questions that I really wasn't ready for, and I didn't understand that people needed those kinds of questions answered. You know, when you swim in this world of going to historic events and you do lots of reenactments, there are many questions that other people would have that we don't even think about. Like, is it okay to bring charcoal, or, you know, all these really interesting questions. And we were working on making some content, some getting started videos. And I'm looking for some of those kinds of questions, some of those simple questions that people would be interested in reenacting, but they just aren't sure if it's okay, or all these interesting questions they have that are keeping them from getting started. If you've got questions that would help us with that kind of content, please give them down in the comment section below. That would be so helpful. And I want to thank everyone for all their great encouragement, all their wonderful questions. It's so encouraging. It helps us in what we do. So thank you so much out there for all that you do for us, all the sharing, and I want to thank you for watching. If you're a new viewer and you haven't subscribed, press the subscribe button up here. That'll take you to a spot where you can subscribe. I want to thank everyone for watching.